Dear students, today we are starting a new chapter, lesson 8, His First Flight by Liam O. Flaherty. Open your books at page 61 and we will start reading the story. Liam O. Flaherty, as his name indicates, is an inhabitant of Ireland. The people of Ireland have their surnames beginning with O, sometimes, not always, but sometimes. For example, O'Connell is an Irish surname. So Liam O. Flaherty was a famous Irish novelist and short story writer. Novelist means one who writes novels. His most famous books include The Informer, Return of the Brute, House of Gold, etc. His First Flight is a famous story written by him. Here, the writer describes the experience of a seagull. He describes how a seagull learned how to fly. What is a seagull? A seagull is a kind of bird that hovers over the seas. In Bengali, শঙ্খচিল. So how this young seagull learned how to fly, how he overcame his initial nervousness, and ultimately how the bird learned to fly is a lesson for all of us. So let us read the story, His First Flight. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. What is a ledge? Ledge means a piece of rock that comes out of the cliff. সমুদ্র থেকে উঠে আসা পাহাড়, তা থেকে বেরিয়ে থাকা পাথর, that is called ledge. And the young seagull was alone. Alone means without any companion. The seagull did not have any companion. He was sitting on the ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. The day before, that means the previous day, on the ledge, there were 3 siblings. Siblings means brother or sister. How many siblings did the seagull have? The seagull had 3 siblings. He had 2 brothers and a sister. All his siblings had flown away. They had learned how to fly. But this seagull had not learned how to fly. So he was alone on the ledge. He had been afraid to fly with them. Afraid, nervous. He did not have the courage to fly. When he had run forward to the brink of the ledge, he became afraid. Brink. Brink means the border, Shimala. The seagull had ran up to the boundary of the ledge. But from that boundary, he could see the sea, the ocean beneath him. সমুদ্রটাকে নিচে দেখতে পেল, and he was afraid. The great expanse of the sea stretched down beneath. Expanse. Expanse means stretching. It stretched. The great expanse of the sea, that means the large boundary of the sea that stretched down beneath. Beneath means under. The sea was under him. He was above and the sea was below him. And it was miles down. And this distance was considerable. অনেকটাই দূরত্ব. The sea was miles below him. And he thought that if he tried to fly, he would fall into the sea. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. The young seagull was suffering from a sense of diffidence. What is meant by the word diffidence? The word diffidence is the opposite of confidence. Confidence means having belief in himself, atmavishwas, that is confidence, and lack of confidence, atmavishwasের অভাব, is called diffidence. So the seagull was not confident, the seagull was diffident. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole where he slept at night. When the seagull found that the sea was far below him, what did the seagull do? The seagull ran back to the little hole. You know what is meant by a hole, gorto. He ran back to the little hole where he had slept the night before. He had taken shelter in the home. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly. Shrill. Shrill means sharp, thick. His parents, the parents of the seagull had come. They had called him in a sharp manner because all his siblings had learned how to fly. Only he in the family did not know how to fly. But for the life of him, he could not move. For the life of him. That means he was so afraid of his life that he could not move. The seagull was very much afraid of his life. He thought that if he tried to fly, he would fall into the sea and die. That was 24 hours ago. That means his parents coming to call him. 24 hours ago, his parents had come to call him. Since then, nobody had come near him. 24 hours had passed, a day had passed, but no one had come to call the seagull. The day before, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister. From the ledge, the seagull had found that his parents were flying, his siblings were flying, that means his brothers and sisters were flying. They were teaching them the art of flight and how to dive for fish. The parents of the young seagull were teaching the young seagull's brother and sister the art of flight. Flight is the noun form. It is the noun form of fly. Mane udan. Art means trick. The art of flight means the trick of flight. Udaner kaushal. So the parents of the young seagull were teaching their sons and daughters the trick to fly. They were also teaching them how to collect food. What is the food of birds? The food of the birds is fish. So the fish will not come and enter the mouth. They have to dive for the fish. To dive means to go straight into the water. And the parents of the young seagull were teaching their sons and daughters how to dive into the sea for fish. He had seen his older brother catch his first herring. Herring is a kind of sea fish. The young seagull from the ledge had seen that his elder brother had caught a fish, while his parents circled around proudly. Circle around. Circle means a geometrical figure. It has a center and has a circumference. এর একটা কেন্দ্র থাকে, পরিধি থাকে. In Bengal it is called বৃত্ত. To circle around means to move in a round manner. So the parents of the young seagull had been flying round and round their elder son. They were very proud of his elder son. Why were they proud of their elder son? Because their elder son had caught his first fish. You will read up to this point. I will send you the questions. Study it. The class comes to an end today. Thank you.